Guys, it is happening. The Steel is coming to Australia in October this year, alongside the legends Sevendust. Steel Panther are back, and I have Michael Starr on the line with me. Welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me, man. Can you believe we're finally coming after like 2 years?
Oh man, it's like, what's it been pushed back like 3 times? Like, oh.
And the coolest thing about, it's finally happening is that we're still going to come with Sevendust, which I was hoping that, because after time passes and people book other things, it could have possibly not happened. So I'm so grateful that we're going out with them because I love those guys. I'm really close with the guitar player, Clint, and him and I have hung out a lot, man. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with him in Australia.
Clint's very much into his fitness and his CrossFit and all of that sort of stuff. Do you guys work out together? Or does he kind of like, he's really hard to work out with because he's so
unfortunately, we travel such different schedules that we're not really able to do that. So we train our minds together.
Epic. No, that's awesome.
We share stories on the road and like, okay, this didn't work. We can't do that anymore. Let's try this. Oh, that doesn't work anymore. We're going to try this now. Oh yeah, it works. Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're like each other's therapists.
You got to have it, right? Like, I mean,
yeah, dude, especially guys in bands, we got to stick together because other people, that aren't like in the industry that you and I and Clint are in, they don't understand what it's like to do what we do. So it's nice to have somebody that I can bounce shit off of. And, he can totally relate, with, leaving home, leaving his family, bailing on the road and working and all that kind of stuff. And it's like a fireman or a police officer. I have no idea what they go through. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But, I have a group of dudes I don't want to sound cheesy, but, the guys that are musicians too as well. And we all, get together and we stick together, man. It's good.
You know what? I mean, there's been some very, very poignant moments in the last couple of weeks about all of this very topic. I mean, one, you've got James Hetfield on stage down in South America, getting group hugged by Metallica. He's out on stage saying, "Hey, I wasn't feeling good before I came on this stage, and I needed my guys in my band to help me." And then, you've got the unfortunate passing of people like Trevor Sternad from Black Dahlia murder, who, that was he obviously felt like he couldn't speak to anyone. People like Tim Furyk from Dance Gavin Dance. I mean, these are cases.
Hey man, that's the thing, dude. It's a real thing. It's not, hey, look, we love traveling and rocking out. But at the end of the day, we're a family, Steel Panther. So, I go to those guys for all kinds of support, like which kind of chick should I fuck? I mean, they help me support picking out bitches. No, but really, like all seriousness, man, you got to stick together because, especially during the pandemic, man, I mean, shit got dark for everybody in the whole world, so it's really nice that we were able to come together and a lot of bands didn't make it out of it. And we're one of them. We lost Lexi.
Yeah.
He ended up getting married and meeting a really hot young lady. And
wow, there you go.
He's like, man, I'm just, he's just finally, he got some time off the road and he's the kind of guy who saved up all his money. I'm not that guy. So he's like, oh, dude, I love you guys, but I really want to start a family and be home. We're like, fuck, I knew the pandemic would do something like that.
Yeah.
So one of the bands that I'm familiar with, and then our band, it happened to our band. So here we are.
I mean, do you know what though? It's actually nice to hear a story of, like maybe a band member leaving or, like God forbid a band splitting up for like a positive reason, like not a like, fuck you, no fuck you kind of reason. Like it's a, he stepped out for a reason that was entirely for him. And, you guys obviously were very understanding of that. And
dude, it's almost easier to do it the fuck you way.
Right.
Oh, fuck you, I'm out of here. And then they're gone. This way it's like, bro, I love you guys, but this is what I'm gonna do. And
yeah.
Oh man, what can you say? You can't be mad.
No.
I got mad straight up. I'm like, fuck, you can't do this, dude. Don't listen. Him and I kind of rode. Lexi and I would hang out a lot, He was my makeup buddy Tip and my fucking hair guy. And
yeah.
Now he's gone like, fuck, I gotta do my makeup on my own. And just last night we're getting ready in the dressing room and not getting ready. We're just sitting around drinking beers and hanging out. And Sticks comes in and goes, dude, we go on in 45 minutes. I'm like, oh fuck. I had to hurry up because we're at a festival and the stage is 10-minute ride in the golf cart,
Yeah.
And I was thinking, God, when Lexi was here, he would start getting ready 2 hours before the show. And that would always remind me, oh, I better start getting ready because Lexi started getting ready,
Well,
and now we're all like,
he was the prettiest,
Well, yeah, he did take the most time to plaster all that shit on his face, Hey, you could never doubt his commitment to fucking Steel Panther, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
As far as his getting ready and looking good. That guy had that. He had that sewed up. He was the foxiest kind of man.
So speaking of bass players, obviously I'm not going to try and get out of.
No, it's okay, dude. It's wide open. It's wide open. We're not trying to keep anything down or hide it. We're just wide open with it, man.
Where I wanted to go with it was, one, you're coming down to Australia. Would you ever consider taking on an Australian musician as a bass player for Steel Panther?
Well, that would definitely save us money on flights and hotels.
Yeah, true. Or would you take on a bass player of another gender other than male in Steel Panther?
Oh, we had a lot of female submissions. As a matter of fact, there was a couple that made it up into the top 20. And yeah, we totally would consider it. Although we'd have to make them sign an NDA so they can't say anything about what we do on the road. Or sue us,
Hey, maybe they're going to make you sign an NDA about what they get up to on the road.
Yeah, totally, right? Think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally, man. Look, Lexi, we basically had a transvestite in band. So we're used to any gender in our band. Even our bathrooms say all genders welcome. So it doesn't even fucking matter. But it'd be hard to keep Satchel from fucking the bass player if it was a girl. I'm being straight up.
I mean, that guy, he's a good looking guy, man.
Yeah, well, he is the second best looking guy in the band.
So getting back to the Sevendust thing, you guys are really excited to bring Sevendust, which is awesome.
You know what? Hey, you know what? I honestly, sorry to cut you off, but I don't consider us bringing them to Australia.
Sorry, it's a co-tour.
No. That's the way it's set up and labeled and marketed. But really, man, we're grateful that they're coming with us. Or wait, we're going together.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I think it's going to be a great show. Those guys are fucking amazing live. So it's going to be a fucking awesome night of music for everyone who gets a ticket.
Yeah, that's what I kind of love about this tour package is that, you guys have such a fun, comedy filled, but still Steel Panther is so known worldwide for just your absolute technical chops. And, you guys are known as amazing musicians as well as being well-crafted comedians and parody artists as well. I saw a video recently. I'm not sure if you saw it. There's a guy called Finn McKenty. He does a thing called the Punk Rock MBA on YouTube, and he did a whole video on quote unquote gimmick bands and whether they're good or bad. And obviously Steel Panther came up within that discussion, and he went into it. He's like, I don't consider Steel Panther a gimmick band at all, and went into great detail about just how technically proficient you guys are and how fantastic musicians you are, and went right back into your history of all the bands that you'd played in, and talked about. You did backup vocals on, what was it? It was a record.
Yeah, no, I did backup vocals for AFI.
AFI, yes. And he was like, I didn't expect that. Where did that come from?
Neither did I.
Yeah. Like, how did that come about? And, you know,
well, Davey was, I played Davey's birthday party when they were on Nitro, and Dexter was their label president.
Yeah.
And we did a birthday party for them, and then we befriended each other. And actually, we did it as a Van Halen tribute with Satchel on guitar. And then, you know, Davey used to come to our shows all the time and hang out, and he invited me to be on the record.
That's so incredible. But yeah, like, so like the thing that I was sort of getting at there was that, like, I think the meshing elements there of between you guys and Sevendust, on top of the fact that you guys are obviously like very good friends, is that like people obviously really respect the musicianship and the storytelling that you both do. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. You know, and I think one of the things that's really important for us is that, you know, what we do really is an extension of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's easier for people to come watch us and go, oh, they're cracking jokes, but it's organic, it's real. It's not like we have a script and we have writers writing us shit. And we are improvising as we go with a couple, you know, points that we have to hit to get to the next song and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's organic, and it feels good. And it feels better than it being scripted. I honestly, dude, there was a time where we thought, fuck, we should script everything. I think it would be more professional. And it was early on, and we did it. We wrote a script out, and we tried to do it on stage, and it felt so awkward and not authentic. We're just like, fuck this, man. Yeah. We just did it. We just do what we do, and if people like us, they like us. If they don't, they don't. And the thing with Steel Panther, it's like we don't really fit into a mold or a box. You know, we're a unique band, and people can't even go, oh, they're a gimmick band. Nope, they're not a gimmick band. Oh, they're a parody band. No, they're not a parody. They're a real band. No, they're not real. They're fake. Then what are they? They're fucking Steel Panther, dude.
Yeah.
There's nobody like it, and I'm in it. I'm the fucking singer.
Yeah. No, that's so true, man. And it's like I've seen your show easily 5+ times now, and you're right. It is different every time, and you really feed off the crowd's energy and you know, allow those crowd moments, because you know, you bring a lot of people onto the stage, and you know, you find comedy in those moments, and you find commonalities between you and the crowd. Obviously, no matter where you are, you find those things to be able to connect with the crowd that you have. And like it's rarer than you think that connects so universally.
Yeah, I mean, we did it in LA and for years, you know, and it was something that when you play in Los Angeles, there's a lot of other professional musicians there. So when we were first starting out and doing our shows, we had a lot of this going on. Like people just crossing their arms and going, all right, not laughing, not doing shit, you know, and it was hard to win people over.
Yeah.
So it was a great place to start for us, because it taught us some resilience.
Yeah.
You know, because we, like this festival we played last night, you know, there's thousands of people there, and maybe 30%, maybe 40% have seen us before, but the rest haven't. So we have to, it's like being back in LA, we have to win them over.
Yeah,
and to top it off, dude. And to top it off, we weren't allowed to have girls on stage. So that took that element away from us. We're like, oh man, we really gotta like focus hard and win these people over, because you know that the festivals are like Soundwave. You remember that festival?
I do. Yeah, I saw you at Soundwave, and you brought a ton of women up on stage.
Yeah, of course. But that was the festival that broke Steel Panther in Australia.
Yeah,
because we were able to play in front of a large crowd that had never seen us before, and that's something we pride ourselves in doing, is being able to win a crowd over. And you know what? Not everyone's going to like us, and I understand that, and that's great. But there are going to be people that like us, and there are going to be people that like us in certain moments, like when they're getting fucked up and partying, they're going to like us. But if you're sad and bummed out, you'll probably like us. But if you're being very serious about your life, you might want to listen to something else.
Yeah, true. I mean, so in that case, where I mean, one was you weren't allowed to bring women on stage at this festival. Was that a security issue?
A COVID slash security.
Of course.
Everything falls under that umbrella of COVID. Like, oh, we can't pay you. Why? COVID. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Just fucking pay us.
Yeah. And so then, how did you then pivot to be able to sort of make sure that the Steel Panther show was still the full experience,
Well, it turned out that Satchel had some girl that he's been fucking on the side of the stage. And I knew her too because I fucked her too. But anyways, I grabbed her and pulled her on stage for a girl from Oklahoma. Actually, our drum tech, Marco, is like, dude, get that girl. And like, oh, yeah. So I pulled her up and we sang to her for a girl from Oklahoma. But usually after that, we bring a bunch of girls up.
Yeah.
But, it was fine. We just pivoted in the direction of, oh, this is what it is. Let's fucking rock it.
Yeah. And so, like, getting back to the Australian part of this tour, like, what's been some of your favorite memories of Australian shows and Australian people? Like, are we an attractive bunch down here in Australia? Do we appeal to the Panther?
Well, I gotta tell you, man, when I first landed in Australia, I got off the plane, got out of the airport, and I was like, I felt like I was in LA. I mean, I really did. The weather's similar.
Yeah.
The landscape is similar. The people to me are similar. Everyone was actually very welcoming and nice to us.
Yep.
And that first Soundwave tour was that's probably the memory that I will cherish the most, because we're all the bands that had came over, we were friendly with, and we're all in the same plane flying to like Melbourne, and everyone's partying and.
Yeah,
and then I go watch Limp Bizkit play, stand on the side of the stage, and Fred gives us a big Steel Panthers here and makes me come out. And I just, all the guys, Corey Taylor, fucking, Aaron from Stained, all those dudes, we all went to the beach together and hung out. And they're basically, look, we're a cover band that got signed.
Yeah.
And all those dudes that we were playing with at Soundwave had seen us play and watched us get signed. And then when we were on festivals with them, they basically took us under their wing and showed us the ropes. And everybody was cool and nice. I think I slept in Corey Taylor's hotel room.
Amazing.
He's like, dude, you don't have a place to sleep. I go, fuck no, I'm rooming with Satchel. It sucks. And he goes, come on over, bro. And that was cool. He had a fucking like king suite or some shit.
King for a king,
Yeah, right. And by the way, we still don't have suites. I'm in a fucking 1-bedroom hotel right now.
I'm surprised there's not a warm body in the bed behind you.
I locked her in the bathroom. I'm kidding. I did not lock her in the bathroom. Please don't cancel me. She locked herself in the bathroom
for legal reasons. There's no one here. Yeah.
Oh my God, this whole world is going crazy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to say this because I don't want to jinx ourselves, but I think that people pretty much have given us a mulligan. In other words, they've given us a pass.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, that's Steel Panther. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But if a serious band would say anything that we said, they'd be like, oh, you're canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's one of those things that you see the band and it's kind of within it's within the grasp of the audience to be able to see that this is not like, there is no malice, there is no judgment, there is no anything behind what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a similar argument, I guess, as to a lot of stand-up comedians are having around like, where is the line of jokes?
That's a really good comparison. And most of the stuff we talk about is shit that people at parties talk about when they're getting hammered.
Exactly right.
And we just say it out loud. That's all. We just say what people are actually thinking.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that I think there's there's humor in darkness.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, most comedians are pretty dark.
Yeah.
Thank God for us. We're our personalities are comedic, but we're mostly upbeat and pretty happy guys for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, I should probably let you get back to it, mate. Maybe let her out and have a drink.
Hold on a minute. Wait.
But look, Australia is so excited to have you guys back and to welcome Sevendust along with you. So look, thanks so much for your time this morning, man, and can't wait to see you in October.
Appreciate it, man. Talk to you soon, dude.
My pleasure. Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Bye.